Welcome back, everybody. I have another video, and I know we've done a lot of videos lately on completed projects, but I don't want to hide them from anybody, and we just had so many projects that finished up that we were able to get great video content from. So I have another beautiful before and after project for you guys that I want to kind of work through a little bit, and then of course show you all the before and after pictures in the end, and also the selections. A couple of really cool things to talk about that happened during this project that are going to be great tips for you when you are working on your design and your own kitchen remodel, and maybe even being your own contractor on this project. So I'm super excited to work through this project. I would describe it as a transitional Pacific Northwest farmhouse kitchen with beautiful shaker cabinetry on the perimeter, some glass detail, but then this really, really gorgeous blue painted island. So I am going to work through all of that with you guys. But really quick before we get started, I just want to get everybody updated and make a couple of announcements, and I'm really trying to do this weekly. We have just so much going on. Announcements. So our building in Lakewood is currently on hold. Everything has been submitted for the full remodel for with the city of Lakewood for a permit. So unfortunately, yeah, we're just kind of in the mercy or of the mercy, or I don't even know how you say that. In the mercy of waiting for the city of Lakewood here in Washington State. But we're super excited. So all of our new display cabinets have been ordered. Some of them are already ready to get delivered. So I just can't wait. And I can't wait to finally be in that new space. And if you're local, you need to reach out to us because we are having a party. Towards the end of the year, we wanted to do a Halloween party. That was really on my list, but I think it's turning out to be more of a Christmas party. But if you are local, you should reach out to us and get on the guest list because it's going to be one heck of a beautiful party. Now, without further ado, let's talk about this beautiful kitchen remodel. And really quick before we get started, my name is Kerstin, kitchen designer and owner of King's Kitchen. And if you are working on your kitchen design or your kitchen remodel, you're just totally geek out on kitchen stuff, this is the channel to be. So you should be subscribing to my channel, and then also like this video, and please share. There might be people in your life that are currently working on their kitchen, and we just share a lot of great contact that can help you guys with that, okay? All right, now for real, let's get started. All right, guys, I always like to get started with the layout, and we're gonna take a top view at what we had planned for this kitchen. Now, the original footprint of this kitchen was really half the size. It was like this size, and it was super tiny. And these people had the other half of this space. It was like an actual dining room, right? But, they had another space in their house that they could use as a formal dining room. So it was like, it's such wasted space. It's like the table is just always full with stuff, and it doesn't look nice. And, we're a young family. Like, we have kids running around, we have dogs running around, and we just want this kitchen to be gigantic and enormous and have tons of countertop space and have just this huge island. Actually, I remember the husband, he's a funny guy, and he just kept going, I just want an island. I just want this big island. That was his thing. So yeah, he got the biggest island we could squeeze in that space, I tell you that. So anyhow, let's look at what we have going on here. So it's a little bit hard to tell, or like a little bit hard to tell in the before and afters, but there was a kitchen window added, and then the farmhouse sink and the dishwasher and all of that was rearranged to be centered on the left kitchen window. Here, a little bit of a better view, maybe on this elevation page right here. And then what you don't see in this elevation is the actual vent hood, but the new cooktop then was centered on that perimeter wall to sit really nicely in between of those two windows. And then we had a vent hood centered on those two windows as well. So to create a really, really nice space that kind of is the focus on kind of the focus point of this kitchen when you walk in. And then tons of drawers in this kitchen. I love drawers. Drawers are the best thing you can do. It's the best use of your money and the best use of your space. They are a little bit more expensive, but they are worth it. And then if we look at the refrigerator wall, we have a corner base cabinet, corner wall cabinet, and then, you know, we kind of go over to a double oven section, the refrigerator, and a really nice big pantry. And 36 inches is like, that's the goal. I mean, that's a 36-inch wide pantry with rollouts is nice to have. You know, especially if you don't have a walk-in pantry, that's super, super beneficial. And then the next run is kind of like our buffet run. So we do like to host in this house. And when we're hosting, this is the buffet run. The family can come by, friends and family can, you know, grab foods right here and kind of still be outside of that walkway of the main kitchen, which is really nice. And we had some glass features in this kitchen, and we had some different tiers of heights just to create space for some of the appliances and some of the kind of buffet things that they wanted to lay out when they do have a gathering. So yeah, so that was the buffet run. And then let's look at the island. The island on the front view has the trash pull out, it has a spice pull out, and also has, you know, lots of drawers that are really important, but also the microwave is in the island. You know, it's a big thing to figure out where to put your microwave, and I would hate for anybody to do a beautiful remodel and then just not think about the microwave and just sit it on the countertop. I mean, that's really not that's why you're doing this remodel, to have space, like dedicated spaces for everything in your kitchen. So think about where that microwave goes. And yeah, this family, they were super excited about having the microwave in the island with their kids, that they thought that was a really great solution, and they don't touch anything. They were really great behaved, so they did not worry about that at all. You know, they're kind of thinking long term, this is going to be their house for quite a while, and that's where it made the most sense. Okay, now we can look at the renderings for this project. Okay, and here's some quick pictures of the rendering, just a couple of shots. As you guys know, I don't like to invest a ton of time in renderings. And Dave was actually the designer who worked on this project. You know, I mean, I don't want to mislead people by too many details in a rendering. It is just for visuals. And one other thing I do want to note on this project that is going to help you guys as well, and I've said that in another video just recently, you have to lay things out on site. It is so hard to imagine, to look at something on paper and be like, oh yeah, that looks fine. Like all the dimensions look fine, or the sizes look fine. Guys, if you are your own general contractor, even if you have a general contractor, like, you are responsible to, like, in the end, what you plan. You know, even if you have a designer, take a blue tape, take some measurements, run it along the wall, run it along the flooring if you've already done the demo. Lay the kitchen out and see if you like it. And I went over there because the husband kept trying to make this island bigger. And I'm like, okay, listen, there comes a point in time when we have to stop this island size game, because, like, you need walkways. Like, you have 2 toddlers, you have a really big dog, you have people coming over. Like, you know, going down to like the minimum 36 inches of walkway space, or trying to make that even smaller and not worry about an inspection down the road, like, that is just not feasible. And you're gonna feel uncomfortable. One of the biggest mistakes I think people can make is kitchens where walkways are too tiny. Like, it would drive me nuts. It will drive you nuts trying to open a dishwasher and kids running around. It is really not okay. So I went over there and we did lay it out with blue tape, and I'm happy we did. And then I showed him what it's going to be and what the size is going to be, and then he was okay with it. You know, he was like, okay, I see, that's the, and it's a big island, okay? If we pull this up, it's over 120 inches. It's probably like 124 inches long. That's a honker of an island, okay? So, okay, so that was really important. And another thing that you should always do, even again, if you have a general contractor, because if mistakes happen, you're the one who gets impacted by that, because your project is not going to be, you know, completed fast enough, right? So I don't like to, you know, interfere with workers all the time. Like, if you're on site, don't interfere with the installers all the time. If you have a general contractor, you have crews working. But, you know, especially when those rough-in phases happen, I always say, like, to me, that's what I do. Like, we have rough-in phases, we have really good plumbers, we have really good electricians that we work with on an ongoing basis. But when the roughen phase happens, we still go over there and we double check. Is my center line correct for that sink? Is my electrical lined up correctly? Did we look at the appliance specs to make sure that the outlet is sitting where it needs to be sitting? Some of these appliances these days are flush mount insets, and your outlet can only sit in one spot. And like if your electrician doesn't look at the appliance specs because they're busy and they're running around fast and they're going 100 miles an hour, just double check on that. So you don't want those errors to occur or like to get found later on. You want them to get addressed during the roughen phase. So I did that as well. So I went over there. I actually did before the roughen phase, and I went over there with my blue tape and my markers and my crayon, and I marked everything for the electrician and for the plumber, so we can be sure that everything gets addressed correctly. And they love it. That's another thing. Like our electricians, our plumbers, they love it. They love that not all the responsibilities on them. They get some help there. It makes their life so much easier. And the better you can, treat your subcontractors and the team that you're working with, the more grateful they are. So just a little bit of insight on that. If you're working to be your own general contractor, you're working with a general contractor. Okay, and really, really quick, before we go into those before and after pictures and take a look at the final project, I want to show you which kind of cabinets we did. And of course we did Bellmont. You guys know that is like my jam. And we did the Evoke door, and the Evoke is a little bit more of a modern feel to the shaker because it is only a 2.5-inch styling rail detail. And the Evoke, and there's also the Invoke, but the Evoke has the matching styled drawer fronts. Okay, now I did a video, and we're gonna post that in the description about like all these different shaker door styles, and it kind of goes from biggest, more traditional, smaller, and the Evoke and the Invoke is in there too. And I think it's a really, really good comparison if you're thinking like, should I do shaker or like should I go thinner and thinner and thinner, because then it goes real skinny, and I like to just make up names and call them slim frame, but they're super trendy. Like that's what we have installed in the back here, and like I have it in my house. I just freaking love it. But Evoke is like you can't do anything wrong with the Evoke. And we did it we did the perimeter in white, so paint white, and then we did the island in a beautiful blue naval, which is the standard paint. This is a standard paint selection in the Bellmont 1600 catalog. So no additional upcharges, but guys, we can be special because this is an example of a custom Sherwin-Williams blue, and I love this blue. So, and I love Bellmont because you can mix and combine different things. So if you're only needing the island to be a different custom color, you don't have to order your entire kitchen cabinet order in custom cabinets. We can do semi-custom 1600 around the perimeter, and then just do the upcharge 1900 custom paint for the island. So love the Evoke style that we did here. I don't have a sample of the countertop right now or the hardware. Unfortunately, they were taken, but I will have links for you guys in the description that will make this project complete, and also something for the tile. Okay, I'm gonna look up what it was, and then we'll put that in the description as well. Okay, and now finally, let's look at befores and afters of this gorgeous kitchen remodel. Guys, please do me a favor, like this video, share this video, and make sure to subscribe to our channel, and you can see all of our new content coming out every week on Friday. And now enjoy the final pictures before and after of this gorgeous project we did in Washington. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.